I'm back after a leave of absence due to a death in the family. Thank you for your patience during this time. This is Invest with Jacob. Okay, guys, so quick housekeeping note. On June 12th, my brother-in-law passed away, and for the last week and a half or so, I've been helping my family cope with that and do all the things that come along with that. And while I would much rather have Danny be here and making videos for you each day, I was unable to do that. So I do apologize for not having videos for the last week or so, but it was a family emergency. The services are actually this coming weekend, so I will be out on Monday as well. There will be no video next Monday, but then it should be business as usual after that. So I appreciate your understanding in this difficult time. Okay, guys, so when I last left you, I told you if 40.33 broke on the market, we would likely see 37.50, and we did, and then we moved below that down to 36.50. So the market continued to move down and has now tried to find at least a temporary bottom with today's rally. Now the question is, can the bulls follow through? And they haven't been able to for quite a while. I'll get into all that in just one second. But first, if you're new here, welcome to the show, guys. My name is Jacob Gabbard, and this is Invest with Jacob, where we use Elliott Wave Theory to break down the SP 500 and the Nasdaq. I highly encourage you to hit that subscribe button down below so that you can get our daily S&P updates, our trade setups, and our buy alerts. All right, guys, even though I've been out for the last week and a half or so, PT was holding down the room as he always does and doing a great job. As you can see on the screen, they cashed a monster trade and did very well in there. So you're always in good hands no matter what's going on with me. Now let's jump into the charts and take a look. Okay, guys, here we are on the 4-hour futures chart for the S&P 500, and I wanted to zoom out a little bit because, one, it's been a week since I've been here, and two, the counts kind of look a little different, so I want to kind of show you where we're at and what we're looking at as far as potential paths. So the first one we're going to go over, and the reason we're zoomed out, is the bearish path, and that's the one you see in black here, and that would argue that this is wave 1 down, wave 2 up. We just finished wave 3 down at the 1382 extension. We would look for a bounce in wave 4, okay, that would attack 39.25 up to 40.92, and from there we would see wave 5 down towards 32.16. Now, I am not very on board with this count for a few reasons. One, this is pretty clearly 3 waves to me. This whole structure is very choppy and overlapping. It doesn't have a great impulsive structure to the downside, so it's hard for me to get on board with this being a 5-wave move that would come down to 32.16. We did find support at 36.50, and I won't argue with price should we come down and break that level. But what we're looking at now, we'll zoom in here in just a second, is we do have a potential move up here off of 36.50, but the question is, can the bulls hold it? As they have not been able to hold many rallies since this down move. So let's zoom in really quick. Okay, guys, so here we are on the 5-minute futures chart. You can see we bottomed down here at 36.40. We got a 1-2 setup and then a 1-2, and it followed through, hitting the 1-2-3-6 perfectly, as you would hope. Came back and tested the pivot, then has moved up and completed wave 3. And now what we would like to see is this C wave down, hold this pivot at 37.30 down to as low as 37.14. It can hold a little higher than this pivot, but as of right now, that's where we need it to hold. So the line in the sand here is 37.14. If that 37.14, or let's call it 37.15, it's 37.14.50. If that area breaks, okay, to the downside, then it becomes more likely we turn this into an ABC, okay, and then you'll have a B wave down and then a C wave up to complete wave A. And then you get a wave B and then a wave C up towards that 39.25 to 40.96 area for that black wave 4 we talked about in the bigger picture just a minute ago. So that would be the bearish view. If they break 37.14, I don't necessarily expect new lows right away. I do expect a bigger bounce in this wave 4 up towards that 39.25 plus area. So if they do break the pivot, I would expect them to kind of hold this area in a wave B of A. So I would call this A up right here, then B down if it breaks the pivot. Then we would look for a C wave up to complete wave A, look for a wave B pullback, and then a bigger wave C up towards that 39.25 area. So it's critical for the bulls to hold this pivot and then make another high up in this 3,800 area. As you can see here, my wave 5s are right on the 2.0. So the 2.0 at 3,800 would be our target. So we would look for a 5-wave structure up. Then we would look for a wave 2 pullback, okay, to hold support and then start the next move higher. Now, this is a micro degree 5-wave structure in blue here. So once we complete this, this would be wave 1, okay? And then we would want that 5-wave structure to fill out for us to feel confident that this bottom is in place. Otherwise, it can still be a 3-wave structure up to that 39.25 plus area in wave 4 with a wave 5 targeting that 32.15 area. So really kind of hinges on getting 5 up here. That's a good start. That gives us some confidence. But as we know, A waves can be 5 waves. And that can be a little bit tricky at times as well. So we want to make sure we get a solid clean 5 up in this blue count and then get a larger degree 5 waves up to give us a lot of confidence that this bottom is in and we can start to look higher. But that's going to depend on this pivot. The bulls need to hold that 37.15 level. If they can hold that and make a high up here around 3,800, then we would look for that wave 2 pullback and go from there. However, if they do break below 37.15, then it's very likely that this could be an A wave up. You're getting a B wave down, and then you get a C wave up to complete wave A, okay? And then you get a B wave and a C wave in that black count. So this pivot becomes pretty important for the bulls, and then we need to see a larger degree 5-wave structure. All right, over on the Nasdaq, here on the 4-hour chart, okay, I'm still counting this as an A, B, C down. There's just too much chop and overlap up here at the top to be a impulsive move down for me to get on board with that. So I'm still counting it as an ABC, but if it's bearish, I'm counting it as the A wave down. Then we would look for a B wave bounce up towards 14,000 plus, and then the C wave down towards the 9,000 region to complete the corrective move down in that case. But if we zoom in here to see if there is a bullish potential, okay, we see him moving down off the high here, and what we have is off of the low down here, where we would count this as wave 4. When you zoom in, your guys move around a little bit here. Your labeling moves around. But you have the 1, 2, and then wave 3. We have our pivot on the Nasdaq at 11,400. So if it breaks the 11,400 pivot, then it becomes very likely that this move up is not going to be impulsive and that we have to shift our thinking into a potential B wave here that, as I said, would target up in the 4,000 region, where this would be wave A down. You would be building wave B up here that should be pretty sizable up toward that 14,000 region, and then wave C down toward the 9,000 area. So those are the two counts that we're looking for. If they do break that 11,400 level, I would look for some sort of hold down here around this 11,250 area, and then a move higher to continue in this corrective pattern. But if they can hold the pivot and then make a higher high, okay, up here in wave 5, then we have our first 5-wave degree up done, and then we would want to see a bigger 5-wave degree after that to give us a lot of confidence that the bottom is in and we are on to new highs. So the bulls still have potential on both charts. They are not dead yet, but they are getting very close and running out of room at this time. Guys, if you like the information that I put out in these videos and you want real-time market updates from me, you need to check out investwithjacob.com. Okay, there's a link down in the description. Go ahead and click that link. It will take you right over to our website. Once you're there, check out our membership plans area. We have 2 incredible plans, and they both come with a 7-day free trial, and that's because I want you to get in there. I want you to love it. Make sure it's everything you want it to be before you ever spend a penny. In our first room, my Invest with Jacob room, you get all of my real-time market updates, all of my buy and sell alerts, as well as all of your Elliott Wave questions answered. We have training videos in there, as well as chart rooms and educational rooms, many different things you can learn in there besides just trading the SP 500 and the QQQ. We do swing trade, which means our trades last just a few days to a few months, and it's not quite as active as a day trading room is. However, if you are looking for individual stocks as well as day trading, you need to check out PT's Throne Room. In there, you get everything you get in the Invest with Jacob room, as well as day trading, individual stocks, and PT's reduced risk binary method that absolutely crushes the market. You saw that example I posted earlier in the video where he had like 1,400% gains on one trade. And that's that binary method I'm talking about. It's very unique. I learned it from him, and that's why we give you that 7-day free trial so you can come and see how that works. Okay, and make sure it's for you, again, before you ever spend a penny. He also started a challenge account where he put $4,000 into a small account and is building it up using mini ES futures and disciplined trading methods. He is showing you how to build a small account into a big retirement or savings account. He's averaging 3 to 4% gains per week in there, guys. We would love to have you in there so we can make some money together. All right, key takeaways for today, guys. It's all about holding the pivot on both charts. On the ES, 37.15 is the must-hold level. If they can hold that and make a wave 5 up towards 3,800, then it looks like we have our 5 up, and then we'll see if our wave 2 pullback can hold to continue this bullish momentum. Over on the Nasdaq, they need to hold their pivot at 11,400. If they can hold that and make a wave 5 up, then they have their first 5 waves in place, and we would look for them to hold a wave 2 pullback and continue the bullish momentum as well. Otherwise, it's possible we're in those bigger bearish counts that I highlighted in the video, and we'll be looking much lower from there. All right, guys, that is the market update for today. I'm glad to be back. I will talk to you tomorrow.